80 years ago today, millions and millions of innocent people were killed due to their religion. This was a time of separation and tragedy. This time was also known as World War II. CVTV starts now. World War II was a very sad and emotional time for everyone. But before we get into today's show, we have a few announcements to cover first. During World War II, soldiers had a very strict uniform, kind of like how we have one here at LHMS, except it isn't as complicated. 6th graders were navy blue, 7th graders were red, and 8th graders were black. Today's lunch is cheeseburger, hot veggie, fresh veggie tray, fruit tray, and frozen juice cup. And Monday's lunch is fish nuggets with mac and cheese, winter blend, fresh veggie tray, and fruit tray. World War II might be over, but COVID, on the other hand, isn't. Make sure you're always washing and sanitizing your hands to keep yourself and others safe. When you arrive at school, go straight to your first period, unless you're eating breakfast. Here at LHMS, we have expectations. RRAP stands for Respectful, Responsible, Active Learner, and Problem Solver. Don't forget, the PBS store is open on Fridays from 8:36 to 9 o'clock. Before we go over to Evilise to hear all about World War II, we have a few more school-wide announcements to cover.
September 1st, 1939 to September 2nd, 1945. This is the time frame of World War II. This is a very historical time, but not many people know why. This is what I'm going to explain today. So, let's start. World War II started against two countries. France and Britain teamed up to declare war on Germany because of the invasion in Poland. Ildeus was the prime minister for Britain and France. Hitler represented Germany, and he claimed that he could help with all the problems that it faced since World War I. This included loss in territory, no air force, and low numbers in troops. So the German people decided to give him a chance, but not as prime minister, but as chancellor, and that meant that he was an official legal officer. And the battle began. Hitler's troops killed thousands of people, especially Jews. This is a time period when Anne Frank was in hiding, and she wrote all of her experiences in her diary. So how exactly did this war end? Well, on September 2nd, World War II was finished when the U.S. general acknowledged Japan's formal surrender. Germany and Japan formed an alliance together to win the war, but lost instead. It's sad to think about all the people that died during the war, but it's also exhilarating to think about the bravery in every single soldier. I'll leave it on that note. I'm Evilise reporting for CVTV.
Thank you, Evilise, for informing us more about this topic. Now, let's go over the math problem of the day. 7x minus 10 equals 3x plus 6. Solve for x. Our word of the day is excommunication. This is the action of officially excluding someone from participation in the Christian church. The science fact of the day is that Joseph Thomson contributed to the atomic theory by discovering that there are negatively charged electrons. Now let's go to Ashley to hear what year you Cougars think World War II started and ended.
Total casualties for World War II were between 50 and 70 million people. That's horrible. How could such a thing even happen? Speaking of World War II, when did it start and end? Let's go to some of you Cougars to see if you can help me out.
I think World War II started in 1940 and ended in 1945.
I think World War II started in like the 1700s and ended at least in the 1900s.
I think World War II started in 1940 and ended in 1945.
I think World War II started in 1929 and ended in 1935.
I think World War II started in the 1940s and ended in the 1970s.
I think World War II started in 1930 and ended in 1940.
Those were some good answers, but World War II started on September 1st, 1939 and ended on September 2nd of 1945. That's all from me, but I'm Ashley reporting for CVTV.
Those were some good guesses, Cougars. World War II was definitely a period of time we will never forget, but unfortunately, my time has come to an end. I'm Natalie, signing off of CVTV.